How to attract any woman, even if she's not interested. Do this. Stoic love. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's on the minds of many men. How to attract a woman, even if she doesn't seem interested at first. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where a woman barely noticed you, only for her to later become captivated by another guy? A guy who doesn't seem any better than you. He's not wealthier, not more handsome, and definitely not more intelligent. So, what happened? What changed? Here's the truth. Many men believe that attraction is something instant. Either she's into you or she's not, and if she's not, it's over. But that's not reality. Women often don't know what they truly want until they feel it. It's not about logical decision-making. It's about emotions, instincts, and energy, things that pull them towards certain men, even if that attraction wasn't there at first. Today, we're going to reveal how to spark attraction in any woman, even if she wasn't initially interested. And let me be clear, this isn't about manipulation or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about understanding how attraction really works and positioning yourself in a way that naturally draws women in. Here's what most men get wrong. When a woman doesn't show immediate interest, they either chase harder, which only pushes her away, or they give up, ensuring failure. But high-value men who are deeply grounded in Stoic wisdom, understand the importance of playing the long game. They don't rush the process, because they know that attraction isn't about immediate results. It's about positioning yourself in a way that makes her see you differently over time. Remember this. Women are always watching, even when they act like they're not. They're paying attention to how you carry yourself, how others react to you, and whether you move with the confidence of a man in control of his life. You don't have to be the loudest or the smoothest talker in the room. What matters is how you make a woman feel when she's with you. If you've ever heard a woman say, "I wasn't into him at first, but now I can't stop thinking about him," that's proof that attraction isn't fixed. It can be influenced. And once you understand this, your approach to relationships will be forever changed. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make that shift and influence attraction like never before. 1. Stop seeking her approval. One of the biggest mistakes men make in relationships is constantly seeking a woman's approval. Many believe that if they say the right things, agree with her opinions, and act like the perfect guy, she will be more attracted to them. However, this approach is misguided. The moment a woman senses that you are looking for her validation, she loses respect for you. Women are naturally drawn to men who are secure in themselves, men who don't seek validation from anyone, especially from them. If you're always trying to impress her or waiting for her reaction before making a move, she will not perceive you as a confident, strong individual. Instead, she will see you as someone who lacks self-worth. Think about this. Who commands more respect in any setting? The man who is relaxed, doing his own thing, speaking when he wants to, and enjoying himself? Or the man who is constantly adjusting his behavior, over-complimenting, and desperately trying to make sure everyone likes him? Women can sense this immediately. The first man has control and authenticity, while the second one appears insecure and overly eager. Seeking approval manifests in subtle ways. It's the guy who nervously asks, "Do you think I'm funny?" rather than telling a joke and letting her naturally respond. It's the guy who constantly looks for a reaction after making a statement. It's also the man who always agrees with her, even when his true feelings differ. Women don't want a man who constantly needs reassurance about his worth. They are attracted to the man who already knows his own value, who is grounded in his confidence and purpose. As the famous quote from Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So, embrace who you are, stay true to yourself, and let your actions reflect your self-assurance. It's this inner strength that naturally draws others to you. 1. Stop seeking her approval. One of the biggest mistakes men make in relationships is constantly seeking a woman's approval. Many believe that if they say the right things, agree with her opinions, and act like the perfect guy, she will be more attracted to them. However, this approach is misguided. The moment a woman senses that you are looking for her validation, she loses respect for you. Women are naturally drawn to men who are secure in themselves, men who don't seek validation from anyone, especially from them. If you're always trying to impress her or waiting for her reaction before making a move, she will not perceive you as a confident, strong individual. Instead, she will see you as someone who lacks self-worth. Think about this. Who commands more respect in any setting? The man who is relaxed, doing his own thing, speaking when he wants to, and enjoying himself? Or the man who is constantly adjusting his behavior, over-complimenting, and desperately trying to make sure everyone likes him? Women can sense this immediately. The first man has control and authenticity, while the second one appears insecure and overly eager. Seeking approval manifests in subtle ways. It's the guy who nervously asks, "Do you think I'm funny?" rather than telling a joke and letting her naturally respond. It's the guy who constantly looks for a reaction after making a statement. It's also the man who always agrees with her, even when his true feelings differ. Women don't want a man who constantly needs reassurance about his worth. They are attracted to the man who already knows his own value, who is grounded in his confidence and purpose. As the famous quote from Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So, embrace who you are, stay true to yourself, and let your actions reflect your self-assurance. It's this inner strength that naturally draws others to you. 2. Indifference is power. Indifference is a powerful force in attraction, and yet many men believe that to win a woman's attention, they must prove themselves by showing how much they care. They think that by being available, attentive, and persistent, a woman will eventually come around. The reality, however, is far different. Women do not chase men who are overly eager or too available. They are drawn to men who seem just out of reach, who have their own lives and passions. This is where many men fail, unknowingly chasing after the wrong approach. The key lies in understanding the magnetic pull of indifference, not as a manipulation tactic, but as a genuine demonstration of self-sufficiency and purpose. When a man isn't overly invested, he creates an aura of mystery, challenge, and curiosity, all the elements that ignite a woman's emotional engagement. A man who is too eager, on the other hand, leaves no space for a woman to chase. She feels like there's nothing to work for, and without that emotional challenge, attraction fizzles out. Consider how women often respond to men who aren't readily available. The guy who doesn't reply to texts right away? She starts overanalyzing. The man who doesn't show jealousy or react when she flirts with others? She wonders why he isn't bothered. This lack of emotional reaction creates intrigue, prompting her to think, what does he have that I can't easily access? The moment a woman feels like she doesn't have a man completely wrapped around her finger, she instinctively begins working to reel him in. Yet many men misinterpret this dynamic. They either act too cold, thinking they need to ignore her completely, or they fake indifference, which ends up coming across as forced and inauthentic. The real power of indifference comes from being genuinely absorbed in your own world, driven by your goals, and focused on your own life. When a woman pulls back, most men panic. They flood her with messages, trying to fix the situation or over-explain themselves. But the man, who truly understands attraction, does something different. He does nothing. He lets her have her space and continues with his own life, unaffected and at ease. This absence of desperation is what makes him more attractive. His world doesn't revolve around her, and that sense of independence and self-assurance draws her in even stronger. In today's world, with so many distractions and pressures to prove ourselves, it's crucial to remember that being truly indifferent is not about playing games. It's about being genuinely focused on yourself, your ambitions, and your life. When you do that, women will be drawn to you, not because you've played a part, but because you've become a man with something to offer, someone who doesn't need to chase anyone to feel whole. If you want to master the art of attraction and become the man who commands attention without chasing anyone, remember this: indifference is power. You don't need to prove anything. Instead, focus on your own life, passions, and ambitions. Now drop a comment below saying, "I am a man who is driven by purpose," and let the world know you're mastering the unshakable principles of Stoic love. Like this video, subscribe for more powerful wisdom, and keep this in mind. True attraction isn't about seeking approval. It's about being complete on your own. 3. Emotions over logic. Attraction is not about logic. It's about emotions. Too many men believe that attraction can be boxed into a logical formula. They think if they check off all the right boxes, good job, stable life, or being a nice guy, women will automatically fall for them. This is where they go wrong, and they end up frustrated. You need to understand this fundamental truth. A woman won't be drawn to you because you appear to be the logical choice. It's not about your job, your car, or how nice you are. It's about how you make her feel. This is why women sometimes choose men who don't fit the perfect mold on paper. The key is the emotional experience you bring into her life. Women often say, "I don't know what it is about him, but I just can't stop thinking about him." That's not a decision. That's an emotional response, something beyond logic, something triggered purely by emotions. The challenge for most men is that they try to use logic to win a woman's heart. They think if they explain how great they are, how stable, dependable, or accomplished, they'll win her over. But here's the harsh truth. Attraction doesn't work that way. A woman doesn't sit down and logically weigh the pros and cons of a man. She either feels it or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, no amount of reasoning will convince her. You must understand this. The key to attraction is mastering the emotional connection. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Women don't fall for logic. They fall for emotion, the way you make them feel. So, don't waste time trying to explain your worth. Instead, show up with emotional depth and authenticity. That's where the real power lies. Trust that when you master your emotional intelligence, you'll not only capture a woman's attention, but her heart. So, how are you going to make her feel today? Don't just talk, show her. Let your presence be unforgettable. If you're ready to take control, type, "I own my emotions" in the comments, and take that first step. 4. Be willing to walk away. One of the most powerful positions a man can have in any interaction with a woman is the ability to walk away, not as a strategy, not as a game, but as a mindset. Most men are terrified of losing a woman's attention. They hold on too tightly, even when they are being disrespected, ignored, or taken for granted. They think that if they just try harder, say the right thing, or wait long enough, she will suddenly appreciate them. But that's not how attraction works. The moment a woman senses that you're afraid to lose her, you've already lost. She knows she has control. She knows she can push limits, cancel plans, ignore messages, and you'll still be there waiting, hoping, chasing. And the more predictable you are, the less value you have in her eyes. But here's the truth. A man who is willing to walk away is always more attractive. He's not desperate. He's not begging for attention. He doesn't cling to a woman who isn't meeting his standards, and that creates a level of respect that can't be faked. Women don't respect men who tolerate anything just to keep them around. They respect men who know their worth, men who won't waste time on someone who isn't showing up fully. If you've made it this far, you're already on the right path. Many men never grasp the power of walking away. They stay stuck, desperate for attention. But true strength lies in knowing your worth and not chasing someone who doesn't value you. Comment below. I know my worth, and I won't settle for less. Let's take this journey together. 5. Control the frame. To truly attract any woman, even one who may initially seem uninterested, the key lies in controlling the frame. Whoever holds the frame controls the interaction, and this subtle yet powerful principle sets apart men who effortlessly attract women from those who struggle. Women are naturally drawn to the energy a man projects, whether he's conscious of it or not. If you're reactive, uncertain, or constantly waiting for her to lead, you've already lost the battle. A woman desires a man who knows exactly where he's headed. She doesn't want to take charge of the pace, make all the decisions, or steer the conversation. When she feels compelled to lead, she will never view you as the strong masculine figure she longs for. Consider this. The men who captivate women don't seek permission to be themselves. They don't fish for validation before making a move. They don't wait for her to approve whether they're worthy. Instead, they walk into any situation knowing who they are, and that self-assured energy is impossible to resist. Many men, however, make the critical mistake of letting the woman set the tone. They follow her lead, thinking that by being agreeable, they'll win her over. But here's the reality. Women don't want a man who follows. They crave a man who leads. Picture this scenario. You're on a date, and she asks, "So, where do you want to go?" The weak response would be, "I don't know. What do you feel like?" That kind of uncertainty instantly diminishes attraction. Women want to feel confident in the direction, not burdened by the need to take control. A far better answer would be, "We're going to this spot. I think you'll love it. Trust me." No hesitation, no seeking her approval, just pure confidence. This principle also extends to conversations. If she tests you with playful jabs or sarcasm, the weak move would be to get defensive. The stronger approach is to maintain the frame, stay playful, and not let her shift the energy. For example, if she says, "Oh, guys are so predictable," a weak man might say, "Not me, I'm different." But the strong man would confidently reply, "Then why are you still talking to me?" In that instant, the dynamic shifts, and you take charge. This isn't about being controlling or dismissive. It's about confidently guiding the interaction. Women feel safe with men who can take control, and when you master this, everything changes. She will naturally follow your lead, not because she has to, but because she genuinely wants to. Attraction is about energy, and the man who controls the frame is the man she respects, and the man she respects is the one she desires. Always remember, he who controls the frame controls the game. 6. Make her compete for your attention. Men, it's time to wake up. Women are not attracted to men who are too available, too eager, or too easy to win. If you're the type of guy who drops everything for her, showers her with attention, and waits around hoping she'll choose you, you're doing it all wrong. Women are naturally competitive. They desire what is in demand. If a man is desired by other women, he immediately becomes more attractive. It's not even about looks or money. It's about perceived value. When a woman sees that other women want you, her instincts kick in. She starts wondering, what do they see in him? What am I missing? But most men don't understand this. Instead, they chase, they beg, they act as if she's the prize. The moment you do that, you lose. Think about high-status men. Do they chase? Do they beg for attention? Do they sit around waiting for a woman to choose them? Absolutely not. They move with purpose. They have options, and women can feel that energy. It creates a sense of urgency, a fear of missing out. Now let's be real. Most men don't have women lining up for them. But that doesn't mean you can't create the same effect. The key is to stop acting like she's your only option. Here's where you need to wake up. If you put a woman on a pedestal, she will look down on you. But if you focus on yourself, on your goals, on your life, suddenly she starts wondering why you're not chasing. And that's when attraction grows. It's not about playing games. It's about being a man with standards. A man who isn't desperate. A man who isn't waiting around hoping to be chosen. When a woman sees that other women respect you, desire you, or even just enjoy being around you, her competitive nature kicks in. She doesn't want to be the one left out. She wants to prove to herself and others that she can have you. But here's the mistake most men make. They make it too easy. They think that by always being available, always proving their love, and always chasing, they'll win her over. Wrong. That only lowers your value. So stop acting like she's the only one. Live a life that naturally attracts women instead of chasing them. When you do that, suddenly, she's the one wondering how to keep your attention. The man who makes her compete is the man she values the most. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video valuable. Now, let me give you one piece of advice that can change your approach forever. Stop chasing. Chasing only pushes her away and leaves you feeling drained. Instead, focus on becoming the man who doesn't need to chase, someone who naturally commands respect and attraction. Women are drawn to the man who is calm, composed, and full of inner strength. So, ask yourself, are you the man who has to chase, or are you the man who effortlessly attracts respect and admiration? Take a step back, focus on your own growth, and watch as things start changing. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed how pulling back makes a woman value you more? Or maybe you've experienced the frustration of chasing someone who isn't interested. Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. I read every single one. And if you want to dive even deeper into mastering your masculinity, check out my Podia community. The link's in the description. There's a lot more powerful content waiting for you there. Stay strong, stay focused, and remember, protect your power. I'll see you in the next video.